against Derry 4 weeks ago. They are also unchanged outfield, with Aidan McCrory, Ronan McNamee and Cathal McCarron forming a strong mobile full back line. Niall Sludden did well in his championship debut against Derry, while Peter Hart's goal just before half-time finished off that match as a contest. Mickey Hart was talking during the week about Colm Cavanagh's importance to the team. He is partnered at midfield by Matty Donnelly. Mark Bradley has recovered from the injury he sustained in the Derry match to start at centre forward, flanked by Cathal McShane and Richie Donnelly. And the full forward line sees Conor McAliskey alongside Ronan O'Neill, who has scored 3 goals in his last 2 outings, and Sean Kavanagh, who lines out for the 222nd time in a Tyrone jersey today. There are 2 late changes to the Cavan side that beat Armagh last month. In goal, Raymond Galligan, who brilliantly saved Stephen Campbell's penalty in that match in Kingspan Breffni Park. Pádraig Faulkner is replaced by Killian Brady in the full back line, while Killian Clark and Rory Dunn will again provide plenty of experience. The half-back line contains 2 players who captained Cavan to Ulster under-21 success, Fergal Flanagan and Drumgoon's Conor Moyna. The other change sees James McEnroe replace Michael Argue at midfield alongside Tomas Core. The hard-working Darragh McVitie and Martin Riley start as wing forwards, while team captain Garrod McKiernan has been in great form all season. And David Givney and Cian Mackey are named in the full forward line alongside Shawnee Johnston, who scored 7 points on his championship return for Cavan after a gap of 5 years. As Michael said, throw-in is expected to be delayed by about 10 minutes here due to the minor semi-final between Derry and Armagh. The chest of Sean Cavan tries to get through the 2-man defence, gives Peter Hart another pass back again. Cavan under pressure. Tyrone going backwards, but that's a good ball to Tiernan McCann. Now then brings in Sludden. That's a wayward effort from Sludden, and that's really gone. As Conor Moyna gives a neat pass to Niall Murray. It's a good run by Murray. Now then, chance here for Riley. That's a good save, but there's still a chance here for Gibney. David Gibney has given Cavan a fantastic start to the game. 5 minutes gone. Good work by Martin Riley, but David Gibney was in the right place, and Cavan lead by a goal to no score.
Fantastic goal that time. A really encouraging start by Cavan. That time, once again, we see the positive work of Martin Riley. Superb in the game the last day against Armagh. He made the initial thrust, got through very well. And in all fairness,
in numbers, Mackey, nice ball inside now to Fergal Flanagan, and Fergal Flanagan's effort. We'll see it. It's been given, and that is a wonderful point. 1-1 on the board already. 6 minutes played.
yeah, lovely score by Fergal Flanagan that time. Not going through the centre this time. Donald on the flanks. Cian Mackey very involved. The most industrious player. Already Cavan are showing themselves to be very durable, playing with great resolve. Their application has been somewhat better than Tyrone's at the moment. That's a great start. Perfect start for them.
I suppose for the neutral as well, there was lots of talk that this wouldn't be a handy one for Tyrone, but that they should prevail. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I think it's the start that actually Cavan needed to settle themselves into the game and not give Tyrone the chance to kind of build up a lead. This certainly, I think, is the makings of a very good game.
Blood and Thunder in centre field, a foul on Matty Donnelly. Only one man inside the full forward line. That's Ronan O'Neill for Tyrone. Lots of players coming deep as Tyrone decide to build again through Donnelly. Cavan, patient build-up. Colm Cavanagh comes up from the D to try and add a bit of pace to the attack, and that's an effort from McShane, and that one has gone over the bar. That's a good response from Tyrone. Well worked, they were patient, and McShane fires over there for a score.
Yeah, that's such a contrast to the Cavan scores that time. A lot of lateral movement, but until they got McShane in the right position, again struck it very confidently from distance.
Anyway, the noise in the crowd is just getting a bit silent as Tyrone are coming forward again. Now then, maybe a bit of pace here from Richie Donnelly under some pressure, but gets it out to Peter Hart. Now there's a good bit of movement inside. That's a lovely ball. Superb pass in towards Cathal McAliskey, trying to turn to create an angle. This will be a lovely score. Strikes this one, and that is fantastic. It all really stepped with a wonderful ball in, but McAliskey has a bit of hard work inside. Good score.
Well, the angle pass that time was just an absolute joy. Okay, Tyrone's penetration somewhat has been non-existent up to now, but when you have a foot passer that can give a pass so well weighted, and it's such a knack curled away at the last moment. But again, the threat of Cavan was evident in the way that ball was put in long. The blanket defence, so to speak, that Cavan had didn't work out particularly well that time. But Tyrone are getting some joy with that long ball.
And another good kick out to Fergal Flanagan. Going towards Darragh McVitie. Scored a goal against Armagh last month. Neat pass inside. That's a good play. Now there's a chance here for Tomás Corr. And Corr's shot goes in off the upright. Well, Cavan, anytime they go forward, they seem to be creating chances.
They're certainly showing no fear whatsoever of Tyrone. Like we all know, Tyrone have such a well-formulated system, players well capable of working within it. But when you have accurate kicking from distance like we've seen that time from the Moss Corner, Tyrone players coming forward to support the ball carrier.
Mackey. And Mackey follows up his own pass, and that's a lovely kick by Cian Mackey. He started the move, he finished it, and Cavan now lead by 4.
That's beautiful.
They're getting the better of Ronan McNamee now. Will many players be up in support? Gibney. That's in towards Martin Riley, trying to get that one, and breaks it down well for himself. Now Cavan a long ball across towards Brady. Great take by Brady, should be a point. Oh, it's a miss. After all, the superb build-up play. And this to try and reduce the deficit to 3 points. And strikes as well, but wayward, and that's early on in the game. And again, that one should be the goalkeeper's. Well gathered by Gallagher out to Conor Moyna. And that's a very loose one by Moyna. And there should be a score here for Tyrone. There is one, and it's Bradley. Or is it Ronan O'Neill who got it?
And that's a very, very disappointing outcome to that, because Raymond Gallagher did very good work in actually fielding that ball, judged it to perfection. But I think it was Conor Moyna got the ball, gave it out very carelessly, and is punished excellently by, I think it was Ronan O'Neill.
Good score by O'Neill, and I suppose it's against Derry. And this one has been struck left and wide, and it's a poor effort really by Ronan O'Neill. Ronan O'Neill taps it over, and Tyrone are within 2. Niall Murray decides to go for a score. Should be Mickey O'Neill's, and is, and under pressure inside, and did he light off the post there? Again, Colm Cavan seems to be the man to inject pace into the attack, and a foul, and that's pretty poor by the Cavan defence, and a bit of back chat to the referee. Foul for O'Neill initially. This one has made it a lot easier, and Ronan O'Neill scored in over 15 minutes now, as Peter Hart again wins possession, but it should be Riley's ball, but in trying to kick it away, he gave it back to Peter Hart. This is a very strong, purposeful run by Peter Hart. Gets his shot away, and that's an inspirational score by Peter Hart. And the teams are level, and that all came from the tenacity of Peter Hart.
But there's no doubt about it, no matter what kind of a defensive system that you have in place, a burst like that Peter Hart had renders your opponent's strength useless. That was a tremendous score, beautifully taken, great perseverance, and getting on to his favourite left foot. Hart has been some player over the years, and that's a manifestation of the qualities that he has.
How can Cavan respond? They've conceded 4 points in a row. Here's Conor Moyna. Again, lots of players out towards the ball. David Givney left inside on the edge of the square in his own, as we're looking at the picture here. A lot of players in picture. Niall Murray. Back again to the open spaces, as Tyrone have dragged a good few men back into defence. Now here's Gareth McKiernan. McVitie over towards Mackey. Jinks inside. McShane and Bradley. And Mackey gets his shot away, but to the right. Taff. Again, not a great pass, but picked up by Niall Sludden. That's a neat ball inside by Sludden. Superbly gathered by O'Neill. Gets it out now to Colm Cavan. Might get a chance yet. Colm Cavan, that's a wonderful point. I thought the chance had gone from him, but he really composed himself and struck over a point, and Tyrone lead for the first time in the match.
Yeah, but just the quality of the crossfield ball. Watch the way that the ball was then controlled by the inside forward before it was actually put out to Cavan. Cavan going away from goals. Beautiful two-footed player. Again, Pat said earlier, the player of the year so far. But there's a situation where the sweeper ends up at the end of it.
It's 16 minutes of that game against Derry in Celtic Park. Lovely turn by Ronan O'Neill, tracked here by Fergal Flanagan, but O'Neill gets this shot away, and that is an absolutely fantastic score by Ronan O'Neill, completely of his own making, got possession, turned his man on a sixpence.
But I've said it before, there isn't any wind there. This guy can launch a complete howitzer when it leaves his foot, so we'll see where it goes.
Well, it's well struck in towards the square, and has that one gone over the line? Well, the umpires consulting with each other, the Cavan players are looking for a decision to be made, and, well, drama at the end of the first half here in Clonus.
That's a goal,
the green flag has been raised, and Cavan have scored a goal right on the brink of half-time to take a 1-point lead.
Well, their last score was a goal in the 14th minute and right in the law. That's well over the line. There's no doubt about that. Again, the ball struck by Galligan. Rory Dunn, I think it was, in the corner back maybe, in the corner forward position. Or no, in fact, it is
Conor Moynihan.
Conor Moynihan.
Well, an amazing end to the first half.
An eye out in a few minutes for our big Sunday game competition, because you might be jetting off to the Middle East, to China, or in fact to Australia. Well, with me here in the studio at the moment are Colin O'Rourke and Pat Spillane. And I have to say, lads, whatever the weather is like, and we know it's very poor around the country, I enjoyed that first half.
Yeah, it was an interesting first half, and Cavan got a lot of things right. Their defence was very good, their tackling was very good. Tyrone carried the ball into contact a lot and lost it. But Cavan had lost their way in the second half of that first half, and it looked as if Tyrone were taking over, and that goal is just exactly what the game needed and what Cavan needed, because if Tyrone got in front by 1 or 2 points, they'd shut out Cavan easily. But it's going to be a proper game now. Cavan have been very disciplined and very good defensively, but you could see at the end of the first half there that the Tyrone forwards were beginning to find their mark, and Cavan kicked a lot of very bad wides. But it's still going to be a good second half now.
It is, and I wouldn't like to be trying to predict a winner at this stage, Pat.
No, and like I would agree with Colin, I found it an enjoyable game of football, considering the very, very difficult conditions. First 20 minutes were dominated by Cavan. Well organised defensively. They were trying to get the high ball into the Tyrone full backline, put the Tyrone full backline under pressure. Played well. Keane Mackey was superb.
Yes.
The kick-outs from Raymond Galligan, Cluxton he found 10 of the 12 kick-outs. In the first 20 minutes, Tyrone were very un-Tyrone-like. There was no energy, there was no dynamism to their play. Surprisingly, a lot of their key players, Tiernan McCann, Matty Donnelly, Sean Kavanagh, peripheral figure so far, anonymous. But the difference, you know, in the last 10 minutes, Tyrone's efficiency and shot selection was very good. Yeah. Their scoring rate, they were 50% of their shots were scoring, less than 30% of Cavan's shot selection ended in scores.
And I suppose, Colin, as well as all that, Tyrone did take a sucker punch early in the game.
In the way he gives away a free.
Yeah, and just picks up a yellow card for his troubles there as well. Here's Richie Donnelly, slipping as he got that shot away. Oh, that's a wonderful point by Richie Donnelly. His footing totally gave way as he struck the ball, but
if you're carrying the ball into tackle, you got to get through it, because he's not going to give away. He's not going to call fouls that easily.
Great run by Matty Donnelly, and a superb point. And well, if the younger brother can do it, so can the older one. He drove through from midfield.
Getting with both teams, in particular with the Tyrone defence, like they have been on top, but they have to balance their aggression with a need for discipline.
Against Armagh, after his 5-year hiatus away from the Cavan team at Championship, and this is his chance really to get his first score of the match and to bring Cavan level again, and that's the sign of a confident player. But fancy he will have the range here, so this to put Cavan back into the lead again. Well, definitely has the distance and definitely has the accuracy, as you can hear from the cheers from the Cavan faithful, and they have gone back. Been here, seen that. They know how to win games, although haven't contested an Ulster final since 2010. Here's Niall Murray. Bottled up, looking for some support outside, but does well to turn Niall Murray, and that is an absolutely brilliant score. He really seemed like he had got down a cul-de-sac, trusted himself, turned around and fired over a wonderful point, and Cavan have scored 3 points on the bounce.
3 points on the bounce. Again, great patience that time by Niall Murray, great strength in kind of being able to ward off the tackles, but precise and accurate finishes you could wish to see. That will certainly kind of, you know, give them more and more hope and confidence, and you can see the head of steam building up with them, Gary. They're starting to play really good, confident football.
How can Tyrone respond? Well, they responded superbly in the first half. Came back with the likes of Ronan O'Neill and Colm Cavan driving them forward. Sean Cavan gets that pass forward to McCann. Nice pass outs now to Colm Cavan, and that's a poor one from Colm. A wonderful point in the first half. Won't be happy with that effort.
No, they certainly wasted a good opportunity that time. Colm Cavan had more room maybe than he.
Pass inside, bit of space here for Corr. Back to McVitie, breaking forward. Still McVitie, and Cavan are going through a golden spell at the moment, and that really was Darren McVitie's score.
Oh, fabulous pace, fabulous score. He was the creator and the finisher and all of that. Great speed through the middle, great confidence. Just watch the precise pass onto his left foot, got through a couple of defenders, and Kalaski.
Important kick this for Ronan O'Neill. Strikes it really well. Tyrone badly needed a score, and Ronan O'Neill has his 5th point of the match to reduce the deficit to 2 points.
Yeah, didn't he just start getting a little bit of traction again? No, I think he tripped himself actually.
Kavanagh, Sean gets his shot away, and that one has just crept inside the post, and that's a score that Tyrone needed, and who else but Sean Kavanagh could score points like that?
Well, he's a guy who still wields a massive influence on the Tyrone team, and like his excellence hasn't diminished with age, and if you want an example of the quality that he has, you had it there a moment ago. Great score from Kavanagh.
Well, as they say, Ascoil get on Cliffisher, is there on the mea. Nice ball forward. Killian Brady to Shawnee Johnston. Garros McKiernan. Cross towards Cian Mackey, has half of St. Tierney's Park in front of him to run into. What can Mackey do? Decides to drop this one towards Givney. Being tracked here by Ronan McNamee.
Would get him free, but there was nobody inside whatsoever. It was a wasteland, so the game continues.
Chance for the equaliser, and it has been struck over fantastically by McAleski.
What a score. That's a beautiful score. Again, comes from the turnover by Cian Mackey the other side. I was complimenting Cian Mackey so often with about his industry today, about his continued ability to take the game to Tyrone, and now again we have the counter-attack on.
And it's Niall Sludden, and Sludden has come forward, and that is a wonderful score for the man who made his championship debut against Derry.
Oh, fantastic score. And again, we talked about in some times about the creative limitations maybe that that teams have, but there are so many options open to Tyrone, Sludden being one of them, and again the time influential display I would have expected from him, and for Cavan to win he needs to be involved consistently. I notice now actually as I speak of him, he's going to the edge of the square, so we can expect more long ball maybe from Cavan into the full forward line.
Conor McAleski has 2 points to his name from play. Can he add another from a place ball? No, he can't. Oh, again they lose it, but there was enough men in white shirts around to pick up possession. Well, that's very good tackling. And it's all a bit helter-skelter at the moment, but picked up at the end by Ronan O'Neill. Gives it to Peter Hart, and every ball has been fought for by both sides. It's great stuff. Here's Tiernan McCann. Still has possession as a Tyrone player down.
Yeah, he hurt
injured in front of us here, but we'll just follow the action here with Peter Hart. Tyrone just happy to keep ball. Well, they're the team with the advantage, leading by a point at the moment. Conor Myler. Nice ball inside by Myler. In towards the danger man, McCurry. Here's Donnelly. And Donnelly's efforts has gone over the bar, and Donnelly Donnelly pumps the fist with the line, his second point of the match, and it was a cracker.
What a score again. You know, a beautiful end to a patient move, a probing move that went from wing to wing.
A chance. They scored 2 goals, as Martin has said, in this game already. Now then, here's McKiernan. McKiernan from distance, and another wide, and well, really they've been going for a couple of long range. Darren McCurry, and this one has been struck over the bar by Darren McCurry. And now 7 to 10 points. They've reeled off 6 points in a row to take a 3-point lead. But can Cavan manufacture a goal somehow? They're working the ball in here towards Kieran Brady, in towards Gibney, and it's another goal. Would you believe it? By David Gibney, and the teams are level. His second goal of the match. There was a goal in Cavan, and we're level.
Well, I was putting the last rights, to be honest with you, on Cavan there a moment ago. I had everything but the holy waters sprinkled in them. But fair play to them, they came up that side. A little bit of creativity, a little bit of composure. Substitute has to, Kieran Brady has to take the credit and give me the big tall buck right into the corner of the net. That's a great response from a very brave team. Fabulous day out, fabulous response.
Takes the challenge well. Gets his pass back towards Ronan O'Neill. Cavan will not want him to have a pop at goal. Now then, a chance for Sludden. Oh, and his effort though has gone left and wide.
No, it's 45.
Is it 45? Has it?
Yeah.
Touch it has.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Darren McCurry has already landed a point from a place ball. McCurry's effort though has tailed right and wide. To Matty Donnelly, and goes for the return. They have so many good players inside that forward line. Myler, still Conor Myler. O'Neill gets it off to Kavanagh, and now then there's a chance here for Niall Sludden. Under hits the ball with the goal at his mercy, and the referee has blown the full-time whistle.
Tremendously enjoyable, and credit to both teams for rose about the conditions.
Back to you, Michael.
Yeah, and commentary in Clonus was from Gary McDonough and Martin Carney. Great excitement, lads. We didn't mind the rain in the end as it turned out. Of course, Colin, 10 years ago when these sides met, it was also a draw on that occasion.
Yeah, and Tyrone went on to hammer Cavan in the replay.
Yes,
Tyrone were the classier team, had the better players, but Cavan were nothing if not brave. In the second half, when the likes of Tiernan McCann and Matty Donnelly came into it, Tyrone looked a very sharp team, and you could see why they would be one of the favourites for the All-Ireland. But Cavan kept at it and kept at it and kept at it, and there were some very brave performances by a lot of Cavan fellas. So I think Cavan deserved to get the draw.
Yeah, it would have been a shame to see one side or the other losing it in the circumstances. And they'll both go home and know they can take more out of this.
They will, and they'll both go. And first of all, can I say a draw, fair result? Very, very enjoyable game of football. Played in the right spirit.
Yes.
Very well reffed by David Goff. Absolute in difficult conditions. Both will go home realising that they both didn't play to their potential. Tyrone, very un-Tyrone-like for long spells, lacking intensity, in low tempo, missed a lot, had kicked something like 15 wides. That's very un-Tyrone.
Cavan kicked plenty as well.
Cavan kicked 11 or 12 wides, went 20 minutes in the first half with no score, 20 minutes in the second half with no score. Both have a lot to learn, but a very, very enjoyable game of football. And you know what? Sometimes you talk about tactics and you talk about GPS systems, and sometimes the good old-fashioned high kick into the square sometimes yields results. And in difficult conditions, Cavan had 2 big high Hail Mary kicks into the edge of the square, and they got 2 goals out of it. So there is hope for unscientific football at times.
There certainly is. Well, that was certainly enjoyable anyway. And that